Humans, your civilization sprawled under the Empire's zone of control. You are to provide us a tribute of 1 million of your own. They will serve us, obey our every command, and serve our every needs. You have one of your local days to comply or face war. It wasn't elegant, but it was effective. Evolution is ruthless, and ruthlessness breeds ruthless men, and slugs, and crabs, and those assholes from Channel Y who think it's funny to crank up the grav settings of the weightlift and upload the footage to Blipblorb as proof Ulurians can fly. The recipe to win the game of natural selection was known. Innovation, aggression, a pinch of paranoia, another of tribalism. Fine tools for survival in the arena of your biosphere, but when said arena can no longer contain you, these same tools become instruments of destruction. Yours and others, a lesson we were taught many times before. The test was simple. Demand a significant number of their individuals under threat of annihilation. Most gave in. Intelligent species understand that a civilization capable of crossing the distance between the stars has little problem crushing ones who can't. Giving up a few of their individuals is a small price to pay for the survival of the whole species. It is only logical, and ruthless, and ruthlessness cannot be allowed among the stars. Once the offer was accepted, the planet was sterilized, the captives brought to study, to evaluate if they could be reconditioned to live within acceptable parameters to the galactic community. If they couldn't... effective. Not elegant. But every now and then we got another answer. The right answer. Come and get us. Aggression, paranoia, tribalism, fine tools for a battle. Life among the stars is not a battle. In the vastness of space, resources are effectively endless, except for the rarest, most precious of them all, life itself. Every now and then we came upon a civilization, 1 in 1 million who understood that. Not the humans. The test was set. The answer came quickly. Post it on LinkedIn. We did. What followed was not the coordinated response from a singular centralized authority, but a swarm of poorly coded nanobots, some refusing our command, some accepting, but most of all a series of attacks of, to be honest, not insufficient psychic damage. How dumb do you have to be to figure out interstellar travel before remote work? No job description, payment, benefits. Who posted this, a space toddler? How awful of an employer you need to be if you have to go to another planet to find someone willing to work for you. The test was reshaped to fit the peculiarities of such a particular species. Humans, your whole species is the subject of the Empire, and 1 million of your own shall be given to appease us. 1 million individuals who will cater to our every need, submit to any of our desires, obey us without question and nothing in return. For we are the masters of this galaxy, and your whole kind is nothing but cattle, ours to do as we please. The response didn't take long. When did this app become Space Tinder? If job hunting wasn't dystopic enough, now we have to deal with sci-fi smut spam? Dude, humans are space bastards that way. Again, we looked puzzled at the answers. Our xenologists tried to untangle the cryptic responses, while our AIs scoured the human databases for a pattern that could make sense of their posture. Eventually, a consensus was reached to send our demand to a virtual gathering place named Tinder, although we were yet to comprehend how it facilitated encounters in outer space. Galactic Empire is looking for 1 million partners in search of lifelong commitment to eternal servitude. Must be fit, obedient, and willing to self-sacrifice for the good of their species. Hundreds of millions of individuals were swiped and nothing. Thousands of diplomats, xenologists, soldiers stood before their screens waiting for the notification of a match that didn't come. The deadline came and went without a single volunteer. We waited, certain that a failure in the human communications must have prevented the response from reaching us. Nothing. Our engineers double-checked, then triple-checked the setting in search of a block or auto-response that would explain the planet-wide silence. Nothing. Puzzled, we scoured the human databases for a reason to their silence. We wish we hadn't. At r/dom fails. Epic Xeno dating fail. 5.8 million upvotes. Top comments. Uneven number of tentacles. Ich. Can I anal probe you? Pretty please? Oh, come on. Next time try holding a space fish. Aggression, paranoia, tribalism, fine tools for a battle. What we found on Earth was not a battle, it was a massacre. Energy beams, kinetic projectiles, and biowipers never stood a chance against the waves of psychic warriors thrown our way, an entire civilization dedicated to crush our will to fight, to persevere, to live. We should have sterilized the planet. We looked at the fleet commander. She stood at her post, curled up in a ball, sucking her own tentacle. We understood. Half of us felt the same urge. The other half was already at it. We left, never to return. Never to forget the horrors suffered at the orbit of that pale blue dot in the sky. All of us, fearing the day this blue dot could no longer contain its ruthless inhabitants.